like to take this opportunity to personally acknowledge that today we're meeting on Kaurna land. Always was and always will be. I'd like to pay my respects to their elders past, present and future. June 8th, 2016 was a day that changed my life forever. I was lying on the couch with my son, Isaiah, on my chest, breathing him in, watching the little mannerisms as he slept, and thought this moment, right here, was perfect. But with a single phone call, all that happiness of that moment had been torn away. There are some moments in your brain that never let go. This was one of those moments. My sister Nikita called me out of the blue to say that our beloved mother, Wendy, had passed away. I'll always remember that feeling that everything that was keeping me upright had suddenly dissolved. I mean, I'd only been speaking to her for a couple of nights before, something random about watching Q&A. Now this vivacious, loving, life of the party, adoring grandmother was gone. Our connection to culture, gone. The next month was a bit of a blur organising her funeral. I wouldn't have been able to do it without my beautiful wife Hilda, my sister Nikita, brother Benjamin, and the rest of our loving friends and family. A few weeks later, I, along with probably many people here, saw the horrific footage of what happened in Dondale Detention Centre. For those that don't know, Dondale is a youth or juvenile detention centre in the Northern Territory. Four Corners aired some horrific footage of young Aboriginal lads between the ages of 12 and 16. These lads were hooded, beaten, stripped, tear-gassed. There's no other way to say it. These were human rights violations. A few days later, I found out that one of the lads was from Borroloola. Borroloola, a day's drive from Darwin, is a place where our beloved mother, myself and extended family are forever connected. My mother could have been related to this lad. He could have been my nephew, my cousin. Knowing that we shared that community made me incredibly sad. August the 4th, every year, is the National Children's Day for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. It's a day where we should be celebrating our kids' connection to culture. It should be a day when we promote their cultural identity. But unfortunately, this day was marred by a political cartoon published in The Australian. The cartoon, drawn by Bill Lee, shows a police officer bringing an Aboriginal child to what appears to be their Aboriginal father. The father, barefoot and with a beer in his hand, makes a comment to the police officer as if to say he didn't know his own child. This depiction, this cartoon, is a negative stereotype, an incredibly negative stereotype. It says that Aboriginal fathers are drunks. It says that Aboriginal fathers don't know their children. In a single image, Leek had undermined my love for my children, belittled my relationship with my parents, and shifted the blame from those guards in the Dondar Detention Centre onto the victims' families. This cartoon, this ignorant, racist cartoon, enraged me. It could have been so easy to act out in anger. Our people have had an angry fire in our bellies for 230 years. But there comes a point when maybe anger isn't the right place to come from. I wanted to tell Bill Leek that I'm a proud Aboriginal father. I wanted to say, I know everything about my two glorious kids. I wanted to say, hey, I don't mind a couple of beers, but I'm not a drunk. But most of all, I wanted to tell Bill Leek, I don't fit your negative stereotype. So I turned the anger on its head. I posted a photo of my two beautiful children, Ava and Isaiah, and myself to Twitter, and said simply that I'm a proud Aboriginal dad. After I put that tweet up, I spent the rest of the day with the family, not giving it much thought. But out of sight and out of mind, this single image had ignited a social movement. When I came back to Twitter, or come back to my phone a while later, hashtag Indigenous dads had lit up Twitter, and it was fantastic. Aboriginal dads put photos up of their children. Aboriginal women put photos up of their proud Aboriginal dads. Community leaders put photos up. Celebrities put photos up. Sporting stars put photos up. And it was such a beautiful movement. Within 24 to 48 hours, thousands of images were shared. And this overshadowed that negative cartoon. The offence that this cartoon caused was obvious. 700 complaints were made to the Press Council, National Press Council. The National Press Council stated that, despite the fact that those complaints were made, they did not sanction the cartoonist or the paper. They said this cartoon did not cause substantial offence, prejudice, or distress. I say to Bill Leek, to the Australian, and to the National Press Club, that in the words of George Washington, truth will always prevail where it comes to bring it to light. That's the beauty about hashtag Indigenous dads and social media as a whole. It bypasses the mainstream media. People whose voices were once hushed get to speak up. Social media has the ability to drive social change. We all have the ability to drive social change, because slowly but surely we are changing the conversation one photo at a time. Thank you.